Hello everyone, welcome to another tutorial. In today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to create a procedural landscape material inside Cinema 4D using Redshift displacement. As you can see in this rendered image that was created by the procedural displacement or landscape procedural material. So let's get started. In the first place, I'm going to create a new project. Go into the render settings first and change the renderer to Redshift. Then change the output the way to 190/20 by 1080, and that's all for now. Now let's go to the objects and create a plane. Let's change the segments. We're gonna change them later. Now let's add a light. Let's go to Redshift lights, Doom light, and then let's add an HDRI image to our scene. Assign it to the Doom light. Then turn off the background. Perfect. Now we're gonna create a new Redshift material by double click on it, assign it to the plane, and then go closer right here and go to Redshift and create a camera. Right click, go to rigging tags, protection. So we need to protect the camera. Now let's go to the Redshift layout and then let's start working on our material. Run the render viewer and then go to Redshift material and increase the roughness a little bit so we don't get a clear reflection. Perfect. Now let's go and add a node color. Let's create type color and then let's bring the color layer and color constant. Let's name this one color, and yeah, and this color constant here will control the color of the landscape. So we're gonna test that later maybe. Let's assign it to the connected with the base color and the out color with the RS base property diffuse color. Perfect. Let's go to the color, change color to the RGB 128 to the RGB, and for the HS make them 0, and for the V I'm gonna put them to 50. That will be a grayscale, for example. Alright, now sorry. Now we're gonna add another color layer. Let's copy this one. Let's bring a color composite this time, and let's connect the this one to the layer mask. Change the color composite mode to overlay, and this one, let's name it this example displacement, shortcut for displacement, and let's add a displacement node as well. That will be our displacement controller. Perfect. Now let's just add a noise, maximum noise and Redshift noise. Take the maximum noise and assign it to the base color and copy it. Bring another copy and then you can connect this one to the blend color and the max noise to the base color. Perfect. Now these nodes right here will be responsible about about displacements. So let's copy them here. We will have some extra nodes. Let's name this one bump. Yes, these nodes here will be responsible about bump. Is the bump map node connected with the bump color layer, and perfect. Now we're gonna start working on our displacement. Now first we're gonna connect this one with the layer mask of the object, of the color layer 1, and let's go to the plane, right click, add a render tag, render Redshift object tag, go to geometry, override it, and then enable displacement, change the maximum displacement to 10 and the displacement scale to 10 as well. Now go to displacement here and assign it to the output of the material to displacement channel. Perfect, we have something like glue, something like that. Don't know what is it, but anyway, let's continue. Now we got the displacement. Let's go to the max and noise here and change the type from noise to wavy turbulence. That's perfect. Change the octaves to 10 octaves, and maybe the overall scale will be something like 0.1. We're gonna back to this one later. Now let's go to max and noise, the second one that connected with the color composite, and yes, it changed the overall scale to 2 and the scale to 2 as well. Perfect. Now let's go to the low clip and change them, give them a small value of something like 0.14. On the high clip, give it a small value like 0.8, and the contrast as well, so we can create water with these values. Playing around with these values will create some water. Let's go to displacement node and create a new range minimum and new range maximum. This one will be minus 0.05 and make this one 0.05. Sorry. Now we can change, let's go to the bump, can control the displacement from there as well. So let's connect bump map to the RS material input overall bump input, and we can go to the max noise here in the first one and change the type to gaseous. Change the octaves to 8, for example, and let's just go forward and make this overall scale 0.1. That will get rid of the water. Go to the cycles and make them, for example, a little bit small value, and for the low clip I'm gonna give them a small value as well, very small value, and for the high clip I'm gonna just tweak them a little bit, for example like this. Now let's go to the max noise that connected with the color composite and change the overall scale to 2 and scale to 2. This cycles to 0, and then give it a small value in the low clip, something like this, and the high clip as well. And for the contrast, make it a little bit bigger. Yeah. It's amazing. As you can see, we got the land and we got the water. Now let's go back to the max noise here and change the displacement. But before that, we're gonna go to the plane and change the wave segments to 800. We forgot that. And the height segments to 800 as well to get the displacement. Some extra polygons to get the displacement. As you can see, we got some land and some water around the land. That is perfect. Now if we go to the maximize it connected with the color composite in the displacement nodes, we can control the land and the water. As you can see, we got a lot of land here. And if we control this high clip, you can see that we got some kind of islands, and that is absolutely amazing. Now let's get into these changes, just to show you the procedural thing that you can do with this one. For example, you can control it from here as well. As you can see, the top of the mountain are getting changed and get the bump color. As you can see, something like this, and that is something very, very interesting, something very, very unique. Now let's go crazy, for example, and add another texture, maybe this texture here. As you can see, let's assign it, apply it to the material. For example, let's just bring a tree planer to control the position of the texture. Let's assign it to the tree planer, texture X, image X, and assign it to layer color, layer 1 color. As you can see, we got some new changes here. Let's go to the texture itself and go to UV and enable UV mirror U and mirror V. Change scale, for example, to 3, and then go to tree planer and change the XYZ scale. First one maybe 0.1. This one make it 0.1 and make this one 0.01. This is looking amazing. Now we can see some kind of rocks, white rocks on the top of these mountains. I don't know what to call them right now. Something new to me, so yeah, I think that is perfect. Now let's change these and change these values and play with them as much as we need to get the result that we desire. That is perfect. That is perfect. That is perfect. .1, yeah, it is perfect. This is the all what we need in here in this texture. No, this material. Now we can control it using the bump nodes or using the displacement nodes, and use anything, any one of these to control the or you can use the seed of the maximum noise to have different distribution of the noise. As you can see, it's absolutely perfect. Now let's go back to the standard layout and go to Redshift and run the render viewer, and then let's just edit the lighting a little bit. Let's first place the camera in a very nice spot to get a very nice looking image. Maybe something like this should be perfect. I think that should be perfect. Protect it again. Let's go to the Doom light and change the exposure to 0.1, for example. Give it a little bit of lighting. Now let's go to hue and make it 1, and for the saturation I'm gonna make it 110. That's all for now, I think. Let's make the volume 0.1. We're gonna use an environment zone. And yeah, let's go to the Redshift objects. Redshift sun and sky rig, and then remove the sun from the hierarchy. Delete the sky and keep the sun to enlight our solar system. Yeah, let's go to object. For example, before that we're going to disable the volume. Let's go to object settings and increase the intensity to 2.5, and then change the render mode to apply. See the light, see the shadows. Change the disk scale to 10, and the blue shift to 0.5, for example, to give it this orange looking, and saturation to 10. Perfect. Now we can go to coordinates and make the P rotation to 0. Set P rotation to 0. Give us this something like morning. Now let's just the sunrise is coming. Yeah. Let's give it a something value, something like this, for example, and let's rotate it in the H rotation. Maybe yes. Maybe give it -90. And a little bit of orange. Now let's go back to the render, regular render, and I think that's enough for us here. It's just what we was doing is wrong. It's completely wrong. Now let's just place camera a bit here. Give it a nice spot. That is perfect. Protect it again, and then we can go to settings, render settings, go to Redshift Advanced, go to sampling and disable automatic sampling, and then go to threshold and make it 0.005, And for the samples max, I'm gonna use 251 or 56. And for this one, the min samples, I'm gonna use 64 samples. I'm gonna enable the denoising, optics denoising. I'm gonna go now to globals and change the rendering color space to working space. Scene linear record 709 sRGB and the view to the untune mapped. Something like this. I don't know if it's gonna be perfect or not, but I'm gonna try to see what's going on. Now for the global illumination, I'm gonna use the primary global illumination engine brute force and secondary brute force as well, and increase the brute force rays to 512 rays to be shot. Now let's go to the settings here and enable loot. That's perfect. What is this? And we can go and change just one of these Sony loads. Enable the control global, color control global, and add a little bit of exposure and a little bit of contrast. Go to photographic exposure global, and let's add some vignetting. Give it some dark, something like this. Should do the rest. Now go to bloom, and let's add some bloom right here, and enable flare again. That's something like the morning. Something like the morning. Let's place the camera here. Stand that. Another one. Protect it. And go to flare again. And add a little bit of intensity to the flare. For the streak, we don't have streak here because we need to add some diamonds or crystals to the scene to get that streak. Perfect. Now I'm gonna enable the bokeh in the camera here. Enable bokeh and set the focus distance, and click here to the focus and show the spot in the scene to focus on it. Example. Yeah. Maybe this one here. And change the power to 0.4. We don't need so much power in the bar. For 0.3, that should be enough for us. Now we can add a Redshift environment. Go to volume scattering and change the tint to orange, something like orange. The morning, always in the morning, and change scattering to 0.008 or something like that. It should give us think it's perfect. It just decreases the power of the power of the bouquet. That should be enough. Three. Now we can test the render and see how it's going. It is going to be. How it's going to be, not what it's going to be. Just wait for it. Maybe it would take up to 4 minutes or 2 minutes. That is depending on the power of your PC or your GPU. I don't know. Let's see. We have here this scene. It will be available to download. And the link in the description. We added these crystals here, very weird crystals actually, but they look pretty nice in the especially when it comes to the light that scatters the crystals. I really like the effect here. It's the first time I create something like this, but impressed how Redshift can do something like this very easy and very fast to be computed by the GPU. If it was the physical render, it would take decades to be done. So let's try to make something like this in this video, but I'm not sure this will be. It always the first attempt. It's perfect. Always. When you try to make something better than the first attempt, you can't do it. I know that happens to me every time. So maybe we are going to start making new tutorials using Redshift, and maybe the physical render as well, because I'm still in love with physical render. I don't know why, even if it's too slow. Redshift is fast and perfect, but I'm not getting used to it, so I will try to learn a lot about it in the upcoming weeks. So the render is about to be completed. It took for now about 3 minutes. That is pretty nice. RGB 32-bit. Perfect. If you see this image here, we use bouquet, and this looks pretty something like another planet, not in the Earth. It looks like another planet, something like Europa, a known called Europa that has a liquid gas or something. Yeah, that's the final result. It's not perfect, but it's close to be like this one. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you understood a lot about displacement, how to create a procedural material using displacement map or displacement channel in the Redshift. So the original project will be available to download in the link in the description. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and I hope you learned something from it. And we see you in the next tutorial. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button if you